Hello, Flosstube friends. I'm Nancy Joy Trower. I'm the stitcher with the laughing face. And today I'm coming to you from my basement with a short because the great craft room transformation is about to begin. I'm super excited now that summer is really here. I can start going through all of the stuff that I have and get it ready for when we're able to paint the room and move all my furniture up there. I don't know when that's going to be. Hopefully sometime this summer it'll be all the way I planned. I've got the picture in my brain. But until then, I have a lot to reorganize, reevaluate, and purge, finish. You know, that's a great idea. Finish stuff that I started so that I can fit everything into that room. That's my goal. I want to fit everything in there. And it's coming from 3 different crafting spaces. So it's all going to go in one. So even though I don't know when we're going to be able to paint and move up the shelving and that kind of stuff, the fabric is all going to live in my closet in that room. So I'm going to start with the fabric. Now, I used to have magazines of scrapbooking and quilting and cross-stitching stuff where sometimes they do a feature on someone's crafting space. And I remember looking at these beautiful rooms that looked like kitchens without appliances because there was countertops and cabinets and islands and it was all gorgeous and there was a lot of stuff. And I remember thinking, well, I have a lot of stuff, but I'm not as bad as that person. Well, friends, I am that person because I pulled all my fabric out of the Crafting Oasis. And this is just the fabric that's not really assigned to a quilt yet. It's just a part of the stash. And it's quite a lot. So as you can see, I'm 5'2", and I have piled it up, so it's just about as tall as I am. So I'm hoping this will work and show you. Yeah, there was my basement real quick. Sorry about that. So yeah, I can't even fit it all in the frame. There we go. I don't even know what's in those bottom 2 bins. Because some of it's stuff I inherited. Some of it is stuff from a long time ago. I kind of forgot I even had those. So you can see there's a big Christmas bin. The one above it is Halloween. There's a couple other bins with like scraps and lots of baby stuff and all sorts of fabric. So yeah. And yeah, as I said, this is not even the stuff that is already set aside to be in a quilt. Those are in other bins and buckets and boxes. So where is all of this going to go? I'll show you. Hold on one sec. All right, so now I'm in my space that's going to be my new crafting space. It was Sam's old bedroom. It's got some 3M strips still on the wall. I did bring out my sewing machine and I have a table set so I can actually work on stuff over the summer. And as you can see, there's ribbon and finishing and there's a lot of stuff up here already. But the great thing with the fabric is it's going to go here in the closet. Now, I saw this idea from Pinterest to use sweater hangers, and I thought it was great. And I found these at Target, and they're really nice and sturdy. Look, the top shelf and the third shelf are like reinforced with they're like sewn in extra to help, so it's not going to wind up sagging. I'm hoping that it will really be nice and sturdy. And I do think there's a little bit of space at the bottom there. I think I probably have a bin I can slide under, so it'll kind of rest on it instead of just hanging. So it'll have a little extra support from the bottom as well. So these were only $20 each, which I thought was great. Those are at Target. And I did think, I thought I would have enough room to put like a shoe hanger too, but these fit perfectly. Kind of pulled them to the center so it'll be easy to reach. I love how the bottom 2 bins are very big because that's where the Christmas stuff is going to go. So the first one here on the left, I'm going to do all my seasonal fabric, starting like winter at the top, all the way down to Christmas at the bottom. And then the other one I'm going to do like the baby stuff or superheroes or whatever that's kind of already in categories. So that is my plan. Also above the closet or above the hanging bar, there's quite a bit of space. We have really high ceilings in this house. So I'm probably going to use that for batting and maybe some boxes of things that, like I have a whole bunch of old jeans I'm pretty sure I saved. So those might go up there too. So I'm going to get started and I will be back shortly to show you my progress. Stay tuned. And here we are, back with the results from my first task in the Great Craft Room Transformation, the fabric. Woohoo, look at it. It's so beautiful. I'm so excited. I just stand here sometimes and look at it because it's like, look at all that great fabric. All right, so The left side, as I said the other day, is pretty much seasonal. So we started with some wintry stuff at the top. Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, put strawberries in there. The next one's Halloween. And then we have a giant pile of just fall, including some school stuff there on the top. And the bottom whole one is Christmas. I did put the bin underneath it at the bottom. Kind of wishing now I'd actually put the stuff in it that I had wanted to put down there, because it's really heavy now to pick all that fabric up. It did start to sag a little bit, and some of the shelves, but I guess that's pretty expected. That fabric's pretty heavy. So the bottom two, one whole side is Christmas. I kind of organized it from, the backgrounds. I did the same thing with the Halloween. So we have like white, red, yellowish off-white, and green, and then there's some blues in there. And then the other side of Christmas has flannels. I have some corduroy and some other pieces, like as I found more pieces of Christmas, that's where I went. Then we have just general flannel, some random patterned fabric, football and owls and all sorts of weird stuff. Baby flannel. We've got characters, because there's superheroes and Disney and stuff in there. And then the last one is just kind of big pieces of fabric that are not plain, but don't really fall into any of the other categories, but aren't like super patterned. They're plaids or whatever. A little bit on the top, had room to stuff a few more things. And then up above, I did have one of those giant bins was almost entirely old jeans and denim fabric. So I just left them in there, put that up on the top. And then there's some batting up there as well. So now I got most of the seasonal stuff done on just the first day, because a lot of that was already in big plastic bins. But some of the other stuff was in cardboard boxes. And I have a very sensitive nose. Not always great when you teach middle school. But there was some stuff that smelled some of it smelled like plastic, like it had been in plastic. But some of it smelled a little musty from being in the basement in the cardboard. So our art teacher at school does costuming. And I had asked him once, like, what's a good way to get musty smell out of fabric that you have to be very gentle with? And he said Arm & Hammer baking soda, laundry detergent. So I picked up another bottle of that and did a couple loads of laundry. So all of the flannel, like right here, smells just amazing. And it's all nice and fluffy too, which is great. So I will wash everything before I use it, which I typically do anyway. But so it took me a little bit longer to get some of the cardboard, but everything is out of cardboard. Everything is in the closet here, or there are some bins I've used as well. So these red bins I picked up at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to be using red as my focal color. So like this one, sorry, I hope I'm not making anybody seasick, all fat quarters and charm packs. And then the other ones had some things like that, was a whole bunch of Halloween fabric that was already cut in strips or in squares. And the one underneath it was an entire fall quilt that's already been cut up. So I just kind of put those out. I love this turquoise and orange combination. Isn't that awesome? So things that were kind of already in projects went into those red bins. And I love these. They're going to be great. And I think we can stack them like that when I get my actual shelves in here. This was a table runner that was already done. Totally, completely done. Just waiting to be quilted with a backing so I can put it out for fall. And there were 2 Halloween ones hiding in there too, which I thought was pretty funny. It was like, oh, hey, Halloween. They're over there. So I'm very excited to be able to get to start working with some of this fabric now that it is out. I think my next task, even though it won't move into the room, is to go through all of my scrapbooking stuff. That is right now, it's living on my front porch. It's kind of a mess. So I'm going to go through that next so I could perhaps actually work on some things. So it'll be easier to load it into this room when it's all ready to go. So step number 1 for the great craft room transformation is complete. I'm so excited. And I actually plan on using some of that Christmas fabric down there pretty soon for some gifty things. So thanks so much for stopping by to see my short. I will keep you up to date as I continue with the next task. And I'll see you at my regular scheduled floss tubes. Thanks so much, guys. Happy stitching.